Hey guys, Road Warrior back here. I recently placed, got a lucky fish here on a custom sponsored competition for some bait coins. And I did, oddly enough, I cycled through hooks. You guys kind of probably had this same conundrum in regards to what catches what in regards to the size of fish versus the hook. Gosh, I don't know if we'll ever truly figure it out, but sometimes I wonder too, as you notice here on secondary part of this is I'm using an X Series rib shad that I'd recently picked up in another competition. I hadn't had that forever. I finally got it. So on a side note there, I definitely love this thing so far. For anybody that may have that, obviously it definitely designed good for the perch here. So what I'm kind of starting off here for is we're looking for a 374 pounder. So I'm thinking 12.0. 11, 12, that range. I don't think I had 11.0 with me. I ended up, I think, getting one at some point, maybe in trying it, but didn't pan out for me. But over here, one side note I do know for sure, 9.0s. I remember back in the day when I first started experimenting with hook sizes here on the perch. 9.0s, the catfish, absolutely love those things. So just kind of mental note there, especially if you're working it near the bottom. A lot of times the perch are kind of intermixed with the catfish. There is certain peaks that you can sometimes alleviate the catfish, especially during the daytime. You can fish, up in the higher in the water column, that sort of thing, and try to dodge them. Now this is just me going back when I'm also just going back with a generic shad, just a yellow one here, trying to think maybe the correlation between the two. I don't know for sure exactly, and who really knows in regards to X series stuff. But you would think it's going to have a little bit of buff. In other words, it might not only get a little bit better of a bite rate. In other words, X series shad versus this thrift store shad or just a generic shad. You would think the X series and the club series stuff do have a little bit of a buff, small percentage on regards to how big the fish is going to be. So I kind of just put a generic shad back on here, and sure enough, get that lucky fish. 374, pretty much just a .085 away, which is great. Again, just putting this clip up here just for entertainment purposes. And again, you guys always experiment with these things for yourself. But if you're following with what I'm saying here, I go ahead and go up from a 12.0 to a 13.0, just looking for a kicker. Not that I doubted I needed it, but nonetheless, just wanted to put that out there. 13.0 again. And you guys that are looking to farm or playing these sort of things, always experiment with these things on your own. See if you can pick up a pattern. Again, I think maybe the beefier the shad, maybe that does give you adds on a few pounds. No matter, in other words, if you're using a 12.0 and you're using a like a bony shad, maybe that sort of thing. Maybe a 12.0 versus like a Halloween event shad, that sort of thing. It's probably got more of a beef to it. And of course, the club series you'd think might add a few pounds, but it's just food for thought, guys. Experiment with those things on your own. But again, one heck of a net there, even on a bad peak. But again, hope this helps you guys out some way, somehow. Nonetheless, that is another 20 bait coins, and I just want to put that up on the channel. Take care, guys.